first and foremost, if you ask me, frankly, the people in the organization is a big challenge. From the IT point of view, it's not from the operation point of view. You know, they are expert into their domains, but when you do the digital transformation journey, now you have to take along your people in two ways. One is the adaptability, and then realization of whatever you deploy. The second, the skill set from the your own resources or resources available from the market. So it's very easy to say that we start the transformation journey, but the moment you embark in that journey, you have multiple challenges from the manpower side or human aspect side in two ways, as I explained. Adoption is a very big challenge. It's easier said than done that people should adopt their own. They should have the pull mechanism or they have the demand mechanism. But frankly, if you ask me, one strategy does not fit to all. You have to have the different strategy at different times and see where which strategy is more suitable to deploy those resources or applications per se. That's a bigger challenge, biggest challenge even today. If you ask me in digital transformation, I'm not asking about the business side, I'll come to that later. The second biggest challenge is the siloed applications. So in organization, starting from shop floor operations, so like you say, the central and core is now an ERP. It may be whatever ERP is, I don't want to name, but we started the journey long back. It's almost 2.5 decades old story. So it's a pretty matured one, but over the period we keep on upgrading and we are on the latest ones. But that is the basic thing we should have. Once we have that platform in place, then we have to integrate all those other siloed applications and even soft-load applications. That is the biggest challenge.
Absolutely.
Because compatibility issues are there, interoperability issues are there. The what you call so-called OEMs are not open to exchange the data between the two different applications, and we have to talk to all the.
Yep.
We have to think of many workarounds to take the data from one system and upload into the one, vice versa. So that's a big challenge. Interoperability is the biggest challenge. I think these are the two. The third one is the security platform. Then again, everybody is very apprehensive about the security. Now, security again, there is a skill set gap, and then I don't know how to trust, how to believe that this one thing will ensure me 100% or not. And instances in the market when we hear about that, those all big names who are protecting the organizations are being more vulnerable, and the people have hacked or people have entered into their sites, and that's the direct business loss to that. Though there are like recovery mechanisms and all, but how to ensure that my organization is pretty secure from that cyber threats and all those things. That's the bigger challenge. To open up manufacturing to the internet world. Now everybody wants that my operations should be perfect and transparent, and then you put AI, ML, all those things to analyze and see that how to optimize those operations further. How to proactively take the decisions when something happens to the plant, downtime, or per se monitoring the parameters proactively, so that if something going to happen, you should visualize that in advance so that you have the minimum impact on the shop floor operation. Now, when you come to the supply chain, the customer expectations are very high nowadays. It's not only the customer expectation, but you have to have the lean losses into the process, very, very minimum losses to the process. So in our manufacturing industry, where we are very particular, we though we are in a what you call B2B, we don't go into the consumer segment, but our manufacturing requirements are very specific. So just in a background, we manufacture flexible packaging film, which goes to the industry again, and they do further operations like printing, pouching, zipping. You all are the consumer of that indirectly. So you eat biscuits or chips or smoke cigarette, whatever. Everything is wrapped into the polyester film. Now that polyester film's requirement is different for the different industry, different even applications. You eat, simple example is the Britannia biscuits. It comes into the different size and different what do you call package size. So we have to manufacture the role based on that customer requirement. What fits into or what goes into his machine, what size is suitable to that. So that means each and every role we manufacture is specific to the particular industry.
Right.
So it's a configurable product. So there are two challenges. We have to take the order of right size, which can be produced and which can be shipped properly. So we have optimized the supply chain. From the order placing side, we call it the dispatchable order quantity, and that goes to the shop floor operation to produce exactly the same quantity. That should not be left out, and that should be dispatched on time to the customer, and then information at the different stages should be shared with the customer transparent, because they have to plan for their customers, onward customers.